What's your name and what you got?
Christian Stover. This is 4 Team Mmats 15s and 4 of the Mmats 4Ks. Wired half on each. Seeing about a little over 4K a piece.
And it's what's it tuned to?
It's tuned about 38, 40. It's tuned pretty high. But that's
it's peaking high, you can tell.
Yeah. It peaks high, but that's really what I like. I want both doors open, musical.
Yeah. And what is it, meter you said?
It was 59.
59. And the kick?
Yeah. Kick
it's still pretty good, man. Almost a 60.
Yeah.
Did the bass break the window?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about your alternator and battery power?
It's a CES 320.
320.
I got 5 of the NSB 155 Northstars. It's doing well. I need a second alternator and plus I need more batteries. But with the new rebuild, I'm gonna double up on batteries and everything because I have more room.
Oh yeah, definitely. Still pretty impressive, yeah.
I mean, it's holding.
This is solid.
Yeah, it's good. Pretty good. It did have a sunroof, and so we cleaned everything up and sealed everything off really well.
When did you break your window?
It started breaking with my 615s I had, but this build really did it.
Almost feels like you got 18s with how big it is.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's get a good song going.
You got, can I see your alternators too for the video? And your amps and all that?
Yeah.
I like your doors. You did this?
Yeah. I need to remold them and everything. But
looks good, man. What year and vehicle is this?
Oh, it's 3 Silverado.
Oh, 3 Silverado.
It's a 4.3.
Nice. Nice and clean, too, man. 320? Where's your amps at? I like the truck, man. It's a nice color and fits the subs. You did all of this? It's clean. It's good.
Those are the back end of Mclaren 15s.
Nice. Got a little demo outside too. Continue high pressure. Sweet.
Demo NAS solutions, RCA Distribution Block, and pretty much all Mmats. All that's coming out eventually.
Okay.
Much of this is last show. This is a full Mmats build, by the way.
DA got that dope. Ice water turn Atlantic. Night calling in a fan. At the coop. Probably when I talk around the yacht, I've been a pool. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty, man. That's good for a center port. It's really musical.
Yeah. And they can play both doors open on a higher end range, but
how low do you play? You got anything low wise?
that was about as low as it'll go without bottom end. The box is a little bit too big for what it needs to be.
Okay, so it's really peaky.
It's really peaky. But it peaks right where I like it to peak.
Awesome.
Oh, I got that. I put it. Sell it on all this jewelry they gon'
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's JacobViral with another daily video. As y'all just saw, the Mmats full car audio build with 415s doing really well musically. Appreciate you guys always watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Go ahead and comment and give them some feedback on what you think about his system. And let's go ahead and start off the day with the shout out of the day. It's going to go to Rick Creations. He said, "Good videos, man. Always great videos. Send me a shout out if you could. I'm starting up a new channel." He has 2 Crescendo 5500 strapped 0.35 daily at this minute, 2 lithium batteries and some AGMs, 2 CES high put alternators. Basically at idle full tilt 13.9, and he's trying to keep his voltage up. So anyway, yeah, man, Rick, appreciate you watching, and there's your daily shout out. And if anybody wants a shout out, just go ahead and give me some good feedback of the video that you watch, as well as say, hey, I want a shout out with some feedback. Appreciate you watching, Rick. There's your shout out of the day. And one thing he mentioned, wire down to half ohm or 0.35. Get this question a lot. It's not ever recommended to run to 0.35 or half ohm or even 0.67. A lot of guys are doing it because they compensate for box rise. As long as you got the electrical, I'm sure you'll be fine on Korean amps, just not the cheap Korean. Make sure it's beefy Korean, and I don't know anything about what amps would be recommended for it because I'm not going to advertise any particular brand because I like them all. But in general, I would never recommend running half ohm or 0.35. But if you are able to and you feel like you want to, you have the electrical, go ahead and do it. But it's your own risk. That's all I wanted to say on that. I have a whole video on half ohm wiring if y'all wanted to see that video on my channel. Alright, so I got 2 topics to discuss today about the build we watched, as well as just in general. One was box was a little too big for the subs. The owner of this setup, he mentioned his box was a little too large or big, which means that his subwoofers may not be able to play the frequency response as well for some music. It basically gives you a higher peak as well, not sometimes a lower peak. It just depends on the frequency of your peak resonance of your vehicle as well as your box peak. But it affected a lot of his build to where it made it more musical, in my opinion, because it was allowing the subwoofers to give a good peak where he was tuned to, as well as with the port being so large, it made his system stand out, especially with the doors open. It was really good musical video. That's why I wanted to make sure y'all knew this was a really musical video for me. And that'll go to my next question after we finish this. So a couple things to mention with that. Bandwidth is being affected by a larger box. So what can you do? You can shrink the port to make it a little bit smaller. That way you have better cone control, as well as it could play lower. You could even add 2x4s or some strips of wood inside of the box. I've even seen people do polyfill, or I mean, there's other things you can do to add in there. Like some people do little square pieces of box, and they'll build like a little square, and they know it'll be like a quarter of a cube, and they'll build like 4 or 5 quarter of a cube boxes out of wood or cardboard or whatever. Cardboard probably not recommended. And then just put it in there and see how it response goes. So like if you take away half a cube or a cube, quarter of a cube, 2 cubes out of your box, and you could see how much it's changing your frequency where you peak, how it does on music. So that's something you could do with a little box from a single 10 or 12 to 5 18s or whatever you got in your system. And it's just trial and error. It's all in preference. And the second thing is, what do y'all feel is musical? This is a question I wanted to ask you guys, and maybe just to think about. I felt this was a musical build. Musical to me would be anything where you can play normal radio music, non-modified, non-slowed music, meaning around 33 to 35 hertz up to 50 to 55 hertz. I feel 35 to 55 hertz is a really musical build. So if you're able to play those frequencies really well. Obviously, we want to play lows and hair tricks, but you don't have to be able to do that to do musical builds. I mean, you don't need to play 25 hertz to be a musical build. You can play 30, 35 hertz all the way up into the 50, 55 hertz range. Most boxes and walls are able to do that already if they're tuned properly. But in general, I feel that's a musical build. Let me know in the comments what y'all think of a musical build. So that's all I got for today. Appreciate you again, Rick, for watching. Rick Creations. There's your shout out. And everybody, thanks for watching. This is JacobViral out. Stay tuned for upcoming videos every day. Later. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't.